Alrighty, so this is recording number 6 of the Orphan Train monologue. Aren't you people in for a treat? You get to see me talking about my sad, sad past as an orphan, even though it's not true. It's acting, it's for musical theater class, but don't tell anybody because I don't want anyone to think I'm lying. Can you hear me when I'm whispering? I don't know. Anyway, so this is my last recording. I think this is what this needs to be perfect. If it's not perfect, then I'm going to be very upset. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna get some drink and then I'm gonna start. No. I didn't put my lips directly on the faucet, I just... Anyway. Okay. Let's get started. I was 16 when I had to leave my parents behind. My mom tried to assure me that it was for the best, and no matter how hard I tried to convince her that I was content in my home, I was forced from it. In the storybook that she would read me when I was real little, the main character would always realize in the very end that he didn't need much of anything as long as he had his family. I never had much of anything, but my family made me feel like the richest girl in the world, and now even that was being taken from me. I wondered what it would be like to ever be happy ever again. I was happy. I was very happy. I may have been a little hungry, and perhaps I was in desperate need of some new skirts, but at the end of the day it didn't matter at all, because I had people that cared about me and whom I loved in return. The day I had to leave, Mom didn't say much. She's always had a different way of dealing with these sorts of things, just because she's not real good at the emotional stuff. She gave me a stiff little hug, and I just had to choke back the tears as she walked out of the train station. My dad, though, he looked at me with his big glassy eyes, and I lost it. I couldn't do this. I couldn't leave. Tears poured down my face, hot and bitter, and he just pulled me into a hug, muffling my tears with his grease-stained shirt. I couldn't lose this. This was all I ever wanted. Mom's laughter. Dad's big, strong arms, keeping me safe and warm. I felt a drop land on my shoulder, and I looked up. Dad's green eyes, his eyes were green just like mine are. They were spilling over with tears. For a brief second, I didn't understand. I've never seen Dad cry before. He kissed me on the forehead, and as I was being pulled away, I saw him mouth the last words that I would ever receive from him. I love you. The train started to move. I became anxious. Dread and terror rose up inside of me. I had to get off the train. I had to get off the train. It wasn't too late. They were just right outside. I could get back to my family. I had to get off the train, but while I was still in the same town, I had to... Miss? A cold hand grabbed my shoulder, and I turned to face the stout woman that it belonged to. I need you to return to your seat, she said. For a minute, I just looked at her. I observed her cold eyes and her graying hair and her pouty lower lip. No, I said. Excuse me? She was exasperated. She couldn't believe I would respond in such a way. No, I said no. I have a family that loves me. You want me to just sit down and keep calm while I watch everything that I ever loved slip away? I didn't ask to be here. I didn't complain about my poverty. I didn't blame the government. I didn't miss. If you refuse to return to your seat, there will be consequences, she said. As though there's anything else you could possibly take away from me, I replied. Then I stormed off to the back of the train. I sat down in the corner seat and I cried into the hat that used to be my mom's. And the familiar scent attached to it, it comforted me, but It made more tears flow because it resembled everything that I would never have again. That's the end. Let me know what you think. Critiques are awesome, because this is a really hard theater class, and I'm not very good, in case you couldn't tell, so feedback is much appreciated. Mwah!